Hello everybody. I hope you are keeping well and that you are beginning to have a little bit more freedom of movement and are enjoying being able to move around a little bit easier. This week I thought I would focus on something that we have discussed in the past via the newsletter, and that is how you might be able to support your child at home in in their mathematical understanding. As it says in the newsletter, that maths is all around us. Maths is everywhere, and helping the children make connections to real life mathematics is really important in helping them in developing their conceptual understanding in maths. I mentioned things like patterns, and certainly in the early years when they do pattern making, is that very beginning of understanding of patterns around us. So I think just to recap some of the tips I mentioned, making maths a positive experience. It's really important to try not to talk negatively about maths, even if you find maths you're difficult yourself. It's really important to continue to talk positively. Otherwise, it can lead to something which is called maths anxiety, which is a proven cause of low achievement. So really important to talk positively. Try not to introduce new ways of doing things. Trying to follow the way and the methods that are being taught in class are again really important, because it can become quite confusing, even if in the long run your method or the way that you know how to do something is easier and faster. Making sure the children have that really sound conceptual understanding is really important, and therefore using the methods that the teachers are using in class are very important. Try to be relaxed about it. You're not expected to be the expert. You're there to encourage their learning. So if your child becomes frustrated, you need to stop. They need to walk away. You need to take a big breath and remind them that actually any kind of learning, whether it be in maths or anything else, it is about practice and it does take time. Using the analogy, for example, of learning to ride a bike or learning in a second language, these things don't just happen. It takes time and it takes effort. And making sure that your child is unafraid to ask for help. It's really important that you encourage them to ask for help if they need it, and that it's absolutely acceptable to make mistakes, because when we make mistakes, that's how we learn. For example, if you don't know an answer to a question, it's really important to acknowledge that and say, actually, I'm not sure I know the answer to that. I know particularly some of the more complex concepts that the children are working through in the upper middle years can be sometimes a little bit daunting for parents. So it's okay to say you don't understand, or let's ask for some help. And actually, by encouraging your children to ask for help if they don't understand something, shows that they are taking responsibility for their learning. So it's really important that you acknowledge that, and that good role model is essential in helping them in their learning. So those are some things to think about with regards to maths learning. This week I'd like to mention some more great work that's going on in the classrooms. This week I thought I'd mention grade 8 in particular with regards to their language learning. They are continuing to work towards their language exams in English and Italian and in their chosen third language. So they're continuing to work really hard, even though maybe the exams might not happen in the very near future as they would normally, but they are now looking to see if they can prepare themselves for when those exams do happen. I know, for example, in language arts, they've been practicing their oral exams, I know that both in their German and French, they continue to work very studiously towards completing the coursework. And then, of course, in Italian, where they will actually sit an end of year exam, and parents will be informed about that in the very near future as we get to the final stages of the planning for that. So well done to grade 8, who continue to work really hard on their languages. And I also thought I would mention grade 5 this week, who took a virtual visit to Kensington Market in Toronto as a springboard for some work in poetry. A great market that's really good for the senses, and a great way to get the children thinking about their language. Just a couple of further messages. Just want to let you know, as it says in the newsletter, we are planning for a way for everybody to come and collect their possessions, and we will keep you posted and let you know about that in the very near future. And finally, some good news. We want to have an extra day in June. We originally only planned for a day on the 2nd of June, but we've just taken the decision to also include the 1st of June, which is a Monday, as a holiday. So that's 2 days, Monday the 1st and Tuesday the 2nd of June, in order to have a long weekend under the circumstances that we've been working through at the moment. As always, take very good care of yourselves, and I look forward to talking to you again next week. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye for now.